Welcome to Subject Soup. What if I told you China is revolutionizing farming by flooding rice fields with millions of crabs? It sounds bizarre, but this ancient method, known as China crab rice farming, is transforming agriculture by blending tradition with sustainability, and the results are mind-blowing. In the lush, waterlogged paddies of China, an ancient agricultural practice has been revitalized to meet modern challenges. Farmers are flooding their rice fields with millions of Chinese mitten crabs, creating a symbiotic ecosystem that boosts crop yields, reduces chemical inputs, and aligns with China's ambitious sustainable agriculture goals. This documentary explores the ingenious rice crab co-culture system, delving into how it works, its ecological and economic benefits, and its role in shaping a greener future for Chinese farming. The symbiotic dance of rice and crabs. The rice crab co-culture system is a marvel of ecological synergy, rooted in China's 2,000-year tradition of integrated agriculture-aquaculture practices, such as rice fish farming. In this model, rice paddies are engineered with channels and ditches to maintain shallow water levels, creating an ideal habitat for both rice and crabs. The rice plants provide shade and shelter, reducing water temperatures and protecting crabs from predators and cannibalism. In return, crabs contribute to the health of the paddy ecosystem in remarkable ways. Crabs feed on pests like rice planthoppers and leafhoppers, as well as weeds that compete with rice for nutrients. This natural pest and weed control significantly reduces the need for chemical pesticides and herbicides, which are costly and harmful to the environment. Crab excrement acts as a natural fertilizer, enriching the soil with organic matter and boosting rice growth. Studies have shown that rice crab systems can increase rice yields by 8.7% to 12.1% compared to monoculture rice farming, while also producing up to 450 kilograms of crab meat per hectare. This dual harvest diversifies farmers' income, making the system economically attractive. The crab's movements in the paddies enhance soil aeration and nutrient exchange, strengthening the rice plant's root systems and promoting microbial activity. Research indicates that long-term rice crab co-culture increases soil organic matter and carbon sequestration, further enhancing soil fertility and ecosystem resilience. The system also fosters biodiversity, supporting a variety of microorganisms and aquatic species that contribute to a balanced paddy environment. Reducing pesticides and environmental impact. One of the most compelling reasons for adopting rice crab co-culture is its ability to reduce reliance on chemical inputs. Conventional rice farming often involves heavy pesticide and fertilizer use, leading to soil degradation, water pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions. In contrast, the rice crab system leverages the crab's natural behaviors to control pests and weeds, cutting pesticide use by up to 84.6% in some cases. This reduction improves water quality, protects non-target species like pollinators, and minimizes runoff into nearby waterways, addressing critical environmental concerns. The system also mitigates greenhouse gas emissions, a significant issue in traditional rice farming. Flooded rice paddies create anaerobic conditions that produce methane, a potent greenhouse gas. The crab's foraging and burrowing activities introduce oxygen into the soil, reducing methane emissions by 13.5% to 21.85% compared to monoculture systems. Additionally, rice crab co-culture lowers nitrous oxide and ammonia emissions, contributing to a lower global warming potential. These environmental benefits align with global efforts to combat climate change and support China's commitment to reducing agricultural emissions. Economic benefits for farmers. For Chinese farmers, rice crab co-culture offers substantial economic advantages. By harvesting both rice and crabs from the same field, farmers diversify their income streams, reducing the financial risks associated with monoculture farming. In regions like the Liao River Basin and Panjin, farmers have reported higher net incomes due to the premium prices commanded by sustainably grown rice and high-demand crabs. For example, in Ningyi District, Tianjin, farmers like Du have seen revenues exceed 500,000 yuan annually, surpassing traditional rice or crab farming. The system also reduces input costs. With crabs acting as natural pest controllers and fertilizers, farmers spend less on chemical pesticides, herbicides, and synthetic fertilizers. In some cases, costs for these inputs drop by 30% or more. Additionally, the crab's market value, driven by their popularity as a delicacy in Southeast Asia, adds significant revenue. In 2014, Chinese midden crab production reached 796,622 metric tons, highlighting the scale and economic potential of this industry. Rice crab co-culture has also spurred rural revitalization. In areas like Jinli City, the expansion of similar rice crayfish systems has increased economic income, reduced outmigration, and transformed traditional agriculture into a more dynamic, characteristic model. These socio-economic benefits make the system a cornerstone of rural development in China's rice-producing regions. Challenges and considerations. Despite its benefits, rice crab co-culture is not without challenges. The system requires intensive management and labor to balance the needs of rice and crabs. For instance, water levels must be carefully controlled, as rice occasionally requires dry soil, while crabs need a constant aquatic environment. Improper water management can stress either the rice or the crabs, reducing yields. Additionally, the close interaction between species can facilitate disease spread, necessitating vigilant monitoring and control measures. High water consumption is another concern, particularly in water-scarce regions. While rice crab systems can reduce freshwater usage by recycling drainage water through small water bodies, inefficient practices can exacerbate water stress. Farmers also face the challenge of synchronizing rice and crab growth cycles, as mismatches in nutrient requirements or development stages can lower productivity. Addressing these issues requires technical expertise, training, and investment in infrastructure like irrigation channels and water storage systems. In non-native regions, introducing midden crabs must be approached cautiously to avoid ecological disruptions. As an invasive species in some areas, the crabs can negatively impact local ecosystems if not properly managed. Thorough assessments and monitoring are essential to ensure the system's sustainability outside China. Alignment with sustainable agriculture goals. China's rice crab co-culture system is a key component of its broader sustainable agriculture strategy, which emphasizes resource conservation, environmental protection, and food security. The Chinese government has prioritized reducing methane emissions from paddy fields, as outlined in its 2022 plans for emissions reduction and carbon sequestration. By promoting water-saving irrigation and integrated farming models like rice crab co-culture, China aims to enhance the efficiency of water and land use while lowering agriculture's environmental footprint. The system supports several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, including SDG 2, SDG 12, and SDG 13. By increasing rice yields and diversifying food production, rice crab co-culture contributes to food security for China's 1.4 billion people. Its reduced reliance on chemical inputs promotes sustainable production practices, while its lower greenhouse gas emissions help mitigate climate change. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs has recognized these benefits, including rice animal co-culture in its green ecology-oriented agricultural development plans. Furthermore, the system's focus on biodiversity and soil health aligns with global calls for regenerative agriculture. By enhancing soil microbial diversity and sequestering carbon, rice crab co-culture contributes to long-term soil fertility and ecosystem resilience, critical for adapting to climate change. The revival of traditional practices, such as using small water bodies for irrigation and drainage, complements these efforts by reducing the water footprint of rice farming by up to 30%. China's practice of flooding rice fields with millions of crabs is a testament to the power of integrating traditional wisdom with modern innovation. The rice crab co-culture system creates a thriving ecosystem where rice and crabs mutually benefit, boosting yields, reducing chemical use, and enhancing environmental sustainability. For farmers, it offers economic stability and higher incomes, while for the planet, it provides a model for low-impact, high-output agriculture. As China continues to refine this system and address its challenges, rice crab co-culture stands as a beacon of sustainable farming, proving that harmony between nature and agriculture is not only possible but profoundly productive. Thanks for watching. Every story matters, from the everyday to the extraordinary. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your next world discovery. It's completely free and means the world to me. What topic should we explore next? Drop it in the comments below. See you in the next one.